Hello, my dear friends. We often joke about retirement, don't we? Waking up on a Monday morning, feeling the familiar weight of the week ahead, and thinking, why am I still doing this? It's a common, light-hearted complaint that many of us share, a fleeting wish for freedom from the daily grind. But at some point, for many of us, that question stops being a joke. It becomes quieter, more serious, more honest. It settles into the quiet corners of our minds, no longer a fleeting thought, but a persistent whisper, prompting deeper introspection about our life's path and future. Because while working one more year might seem like a financially prudent choice, offering a sense of security, the truth is, none of us get more time. Time is our most precious, non-renewable resource, and every moment spent in one pursuit is a moment not spent in another. Eventually, you don't just think about retiring. You arrive at a point where you have to decide whether staying in your current professional role is still costing you more than it truly gives. These aren't dramatic questions, my friends. They're subtle ones, quiet nudges from within. Let's explore the first quiet question. Are you always living in later? There's a dangerous word many of us live by, often without even realizing its profound impact. Someday. It's a word filled with deferred dreams and postponed joys, a silent promise to a future self. Someday I'll travel to those beautiful places I've always dreamed of. Someday I'll slow down and truly savor life's simple moments. Someday I'll finally focus on what truly matters to my heart and soul. But dear ones, someday never actually appears on a calendar, does it? Many people unconsciously divide life into two distinct phases. Work now and truly live later. And for a period, this framework might seem to work, providing structure and purpose. But what happens when later keeps getting postponed, endlessly pushed into the future? If most of your joy, your much-needed rest, and your deeply personal goals are permanently deferred to a future version of yourself, it's profoundly worth pausing and asking why. Is your present self being truly honored, or is it merely a placeholder for a someday that never arrives? Some incredible individuals manage to build a both life, working diligently while still living fully and embracing every moment. But for many, the demands of work subtly yet powerfully crowd everything else out. If life feels like it's been put on hold, that's not laziness or failure. It's a clear, unmistakable signal. It's a gentle call to reevaluate. Now for the second quiet question. Is your health paying the price? Careers, no matter how fulfilling, inevitably leave their marks on us. Sometimes these marks are subtle, almost imperceptible at first: tight shoulders from long hours, restless nights, or a chronic tension that becomes a constant companion. Other times, the signs are louder, more insistent: persistent high blood pressure, a creeping anxiety that never fully dissipates, or a constant bone-deep fatigue that no amount of rest seems to cure. These are often the body's way of sending urgent messages we might be too busy to hear. It's remarkable how much strain we can be under without truly noticing it while we're in the thick of it. Stress over time becomes normalized, a baseline hum. Discomfort, once jarring, slowly fades into background noise, an accepted part of our daily existence. We adapt, often at our own expense. Modern work, with its sedentary demands and relentless pace, makes it incredibly easy to sit too much, rush too often, eat poorly on the go, and often, tragically, to forget that daylight even exists. Our natural rhythms are disrupted, and our well-being suffers silently. If your health has slowly but steadily drifted away from where you genuinely want it to be, and if work is clearly and undeniably part of that reason, it may be a profound time to reconsider your priorities. Remember, money can, in many cases, be rebuilt. But health, once significantly compromised, is much harder, if not impossible, to fully recover. Let's consider the third quiet question. Is there truly no way to work less? In theory, many of us imagine a gentle easing into retirement, a gradual reduction in hours, a lighter load of responsibility, a more relaxed, gentler pace that allows for a smooth transition. In reality, however, those ideal options are often incredibly rare. Some progressive employers do offer reduced schedules or phased retirement programs, understanding the value of their experienced workforce. But sadly, many do not. For most people, the choice often feels like an all-or-nothing proposition. You're either fully in or you're fully out. The middle ground, the gentle slope, seems to be an elusive dream, making the decision to retire feel like a much larger, more abrupt leap. You might try doing less while staying put, setting firmer boundaries, diligently leaving on time, consciously stopping the ingrained habit of overperformance. These are admirable efforts to reclaim your time and energy within the existing structure. But if the job still fundamentally demands more than you can sustainably give without compromising your well-being, staying longer may not actually be the safer or smarter option. When work simply cannot shrink to accommodate your evolving needs, retirement becomes less of a daunting leap and much more of a welcome, liberating release. Let's move to the fourth quiet question. Do you wish you had more time for the people you love? This is a deeply resonant question for many of us. Time, as we know, is a zero-sum game. Every single hour spent working is an hour not spent elsewhere, an hour away from those who matter most. If you frequently find yourself missing important family milestones, feeling a growing sense of disconnection from loved ones, or carrying a quiet guilt about relationships you deeply wish you nurtured more, then it's time to pay very close attention to these feelings. Careers, by their very nature, can always ask for more of you, more hours, more dedication, more sacrifices. But life, dear friends, doesn't wait. The precious moments with our loved ones are fleeting, irreplaceable, and often once missed, they are gone forever. None of us are guaranteed another year or even another season with the people who matter most in our lives. This isn't meant to be a somber thought, but a powerful reminder of life's precious impermanence and the urgency of living fully in the present. If work has been quietly crowding out genuine connection, that's not a moral failure on your part. It's a structural one, a consequence of how our lives are often organized. And it may be a profound time to rebalance, to consciously choose to prioritize those invaluable relationships. Now to the fifth quiet question. Do you know how you'd actually spend your days? There's a moment many future retirees don't fully anticipate, a significant shift once the routine of work is gone. It's the profound question of, now what? Some individuals reach retirement only to realize, with a touch of sadness, that they were primarily running away from work, rather than running toward a vibrant, fulfilling new life. That uncertainty can, surprisingly, create anxiety, feelings of loneliness, and even regret. But then there are others who know exactly what they'll do. They've spent time imagining slow, unhurried mornings, engaging in creative projects they've long dreamed of, dedicating time to physical movement, learning new skills, volunteering in their communities, or simply enjoying more time outdoors and with family. If you already have a strong sense, not a rigid, meticulously planned itinerary, but a clear direction and a collection of exciting possibilities, that's a very strong sign of readiness. It shows you've engaged in thoughtful introspection and self-discovery. Retirement, at its most fulfilling, works best when it's seen as a purposeful transition into something meaningful and enriching, not merely an exit from something you wish to leave behind. It's about stepping into a new chapter with intention and excitement. Finally, let's address the sixth quiet question. Have you actually run the numbers? This part matters immensely, even if it's not always the most exciting or glamorous aspect of retirement planning. It's the practical foundation upon which your dreams can confidently stand. If you haven't taken the time to truly understand whether your finances can comfortably support your desired retirement lifestyle, then this is the moment to pause, gather your resources, and give it your full attention. This isn't about perfection, but about clarity. That might mean working collaboratively with a trusted financial professional who can guide you through the complexities, helping you craft a robust plan. Or it might mean dedicating yourself to doing the thorough research yourself, utilizing available resources and tools. But guessing is never a strategy, especially when it comes to your financial future. Relying on vague hopes or assumptions can lead to unnecessary stress and limitations down the road. It's an act of self-care to be informed and prepared. True peace of mind in retirement comes from knowing exactly where you stand financially, from having a clear, realistic understanding of your resources and expenditures, not from simply hoping it all works out. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge. In closing, my dear friends, remember that retirement isn't fundamentally about quitting work in a negative sense. It's about a deeper, more profound recognition, knowing when the quiet cost of staying quietly outweighs the very real benefits. If you found yourself answering yes to many of these quiet questions today, it absolutely doesn't mean you must retire immediately, right this very second. But it does mean that this crucial conversation, this introspection, deserves your full and undivided attention, because the ultimate goal isn't to stop being useful, to become disengaged from the world. Far from it. The goal is to consciously start living in a way that feels utterly honest, truly sustainable, and authentically yours. A life that reflects your deepest values and desires. Thank you so much for spending this precious time with me today, for opening your heart to these quiet reflections. If this discussion helped you think more clearly about your own timing, your own path, please know you are not alone, and you are most certainly not late. You are, my dear friends, right on time.